Guys, welcome back to another day in the life of a postal lady. So right now I'm currently sitting and waiting for the VMF to come and find me because my LLV has a flat and there's nowhere that you're going right now. So I'm just going to sit here and talk to y'all for a second. Um I wanted to talk to you guys about like a plan B. I know that a lot of people are not interested in a plan B because they are optimistic and they feel as though everything is going to run the way that it's supposed to run. And it most definitely will if that is what you believe and that is what you achieve. But I can tell you just from experience, I realized that I needed a plan B about 2 years ago when I got injured. And that was a huge pill for me to swallow because I realized that the company that I was working for did not care for me as much as I cared for the company that I was working for. And so that allowed me to see that you need to continue to pursue on what you are already working on, which is being an entrepreneur and being your own boss. So that is what I do. I do that on the other side. I create content. I am a content creator. I also help others to create content. I help to inspire others. I help to teach others. I help to train them. And I help them to just kind of understand who they are and how it's not hard to do this. You just got to do it. So I enjoy doing that. I also am very artistic. So I like to create a lot of things such as digital products. Um, I create soap and I sell my soap as a brand. I have told y'all once before I am a doula and I also hold my own business which has LLCs and a few other things attached to them. So I'm very grateful. I understand that you have to take action whenever you need to. And for me, my action was to be taken 2 years ago whenever I got injured. So I've been working for the post office for 3 years now. And I'm just telling y'all, you gotta have a plan B. I mean, I know that you feel like this is your all, but like I came into this thing, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you have a really good situation going on here." When I first got in the door, I was like 25. I think I was 24 actually when I first got in the door. But yes, I was. When I first got in the door, I was 24 and everybody was like, "Oh, you just have an awesome opportunity. You're so young. You're going to have a great pension. You're going to have this. You're going to have that." And I was, kind of looking at everything and I was like, man, I got to wait till I'm 65 to retire. Like, that's a really long time. And I know a lot of people are not thinking about that, but that was something, that was a major thing for me. I was like, oh my gosh, 65. I'm 24 and you're telling me that I have to wait till I'm 65. That means I have to give you 40 something years of my life. That's a lot. I know that I have more in me than to just carry the mail for 40 years. And there's nothing wrong with the people that have been doing it and that are still doing it and want to do that. Every job it has a specific person made for them. And or let me say that again. Every person, there's a job for every person. Whether you create one for yourself, whether you want to go work one for somebody else, there's a job for every person. Or you can, do whatever you want to do and be on your own journey. So, like I told y'all, you know, my my change of mindset came 2 years ago when I got injured. When I got injured, my hours went from making 70 something hours a week down to an abrupt 10 hours a week. And that was a huge drawback for me because I came to this job as a means to support my current businesses that I was already in to kind of just help keep me, going and get the materials that I need because sometimes it takes money to run a business, okay? And a lot of people say that it doesn't, but it does. If you have to get an LLC, those things are not cheap. If you get a DBA, those things are not cheap. You have to set up your DUNS number and all that kind of stuff to get funding and things for your business, and that takes a little bit of time. So I had to make sure that I had something secured in place, and this was that thing. But whenever that huge setback came from me being injured and losing hours, it took, well, my family took a huge financial loss, a huge financial hit. And I said, then I will not. You need to get back to doing what you were doing before, because you got distracted by making all this money. And you come in, it's fast money. You put your body to work. You're going to work like hell, but it's quick, fast, easy money, and you can, get it overnight. And of course it's not going to be in your bank account overnight, but if you have that mentality to feel like you got to work in order to make it, then this is the place, because you're gonna work yourself to no ends, but you're gonna get whatever you want. You're gonna work enough hours to where that paycheck is gonna look like a small W-2, or a small tax return or something of that sort. Okay, I've had some really, really good paychecks here, but I also realized that I can do that exact same thing for myself as well, and I knew that before, but I think I just got distracted with making the money, and it was quick. I was able to do what I needed to do, still get things taken care of, and, kind of continue. But, the Most High says different sometimes, and will show you that you shouldn't be dependent on anyone but yourself. So that is exactly what happened to me. And it helped me to see that, you must always have something else in place. Do not just depend on one thing. This job was created by somebody else. So just like it was created by somebody else, if somebody else decides one day that they don't want to have this job anymore, they no longer want to support this, keep funding the employees and all that kind of stuff, then you're just out. You're just out. And they tell you that you're going to still get all these benefits, but come on. Most times out of 10, companies don't follow through on the things that they are supposed to do, and the Postal Service has been known to be the ones that do not follow through on what they're supposed to do. So you just need to make sure that you have a plan B. Look at all your options. There are so many things that you can do out there. Like I told y'all, I got injured, and that took away a lot of my abilities to do physical labor. So I had to use what was inside of here. Okay, and I had to use these, and I don't have a problem with using my hands. I actually work better hands on than I do hands off. So it was not hard for me to switch over and do digital things and work digitally. I also host webinars, and I inspire people and I motivate people to become who they really want to be. I host things for young teenagers, young girls, to understand who they are as well. There's a lot of things that you can do, and it does not stop here. Okay, it does not stop at just the mail. And I feel like that's the problem with a lot of people. They get here and they get distracted. Don't let this place distract you just because it's the money, because you can get the money anywhere. You're just doing it for whatever time period you're supposed to be doing it for. If that's for the benefits, if you're doing it for the benefits, then stay in it for the benefits, but continue on what you were supposed to be doing when you came here. If you're doing it for the money, continue to keep getting that money, but remember what your goal is. It's not just to keep getting that money, it's to create your own money. So I think that this is like a major thing that needs to be talked about. I know a lot of people are not going to want to talk about people having a plan B, because then that makes it look like you're basically second guessing something. But it's really not second guessing. It's really just, you should never be dependent on just one source of income. You should never be dependent on just one thing and saying that I'm gonna just let this thing be it and that's it, and I'm not gonna worry about nothing else, because something can happen to that one thing. And it's always good to have something put in place to where if something does happen to that, you still got something to fall back on. Okay, if something happens to this place, I still have my gifts and my talents to fall back on. I still have my abilities to do everything, my certifications, my leadership skills, my digital creating, my everything to fall back on, my doula business to fall back on, my soap business to fall back on, because you got to have a plan B. Okay, so that's one of my biggest takeaways that I wanted to give y'all today is, don't look at plan Bs as a bad thing, but look at them as, you just never know what may happen. And, I think with the government doing what it's doing, it's showing us that we should not allow other people to just fully have control over us and to only depend on that one source. because you know, once they get the hand on you, they can do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it. And for all these years, they have been doing that. They've been, you know, taking a lot of money away from taxpayers and using it to their own advantage. And some people will say that the things that they've been doing is good, but I think that it's a load of bullcrap. And I feel like it's sad that the people are still so asleep that they cannot see that even that too is not right. You know, you got to look a little deeper. Don't just listen to what they're telling you. Everything can be surface, but when you look deeper, that's when you're able to really just get an understanding of something. So I have, you know, I got a chance to get my understanding early in. You know, I'm very thankful that it didn't take me 50, 30, or 50 plus years to get an understanding of, you know, that I need a plan B, a plan C, or a plan D. You need that. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to share my experience with you all. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that there is a lot of people getting ready to come in the door, and they're super duper excited, wanting this to be their all, wanting this to be their career. But I just want y'all to see everything that's going on, you know, and just look at it for what it is. It is what it is. And the reality says that you just can't depend on one person and make that, or depend on one source and make that your all. You have to have multiple eggs in one basket. And I think that this little talk today really will help you all to see that you can do multiple things. It does not have to be a physical labor. It can be anything. You have an art side of you. You have a creative side of you. Use that to your advantage. It's there for a reason. It's not there for no reason. It's there for a reason. Okay, so y'all use that to your advantage. And I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in, and I will talk to y'all later. Peace out.